this was me, and then this was me. Then I came back as this little guy. A lot of lives for one dog to live, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning. For me, it all began with a boy. His name was Ethan.
Bailey, 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 Bailey.
My name was Bailey, 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 Bailey.
That was a clip from the new film A Dog's Purpose in theaters today. It follows one dog as he learns valuable lessons through the many, many lives he lives. Joining me right now is WBAI Radio Chief Film Critic Mike Sargent. Mike, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Okay.
There's some controversy around this film, obviously. It was recently under fire after a leaked video of a dog reportedly under stress while filming. What happened?
Well, basically, there was a dog trainer who was trying to get this dog to perform somewhat dangerous water stunt, and he was very, very aggressive, to the point where if you're a dog lover, you think it's pretty excessive.
And TMZ filmed
released
the video.
They got a copy of the video, and now it's not going to help the film.
So now all these dog lovers who wanted to go see it are like, well, wait a second, you're not being good to dogs.
Well, that's the irony. The irony is this is a movie for people who love dogs.
Yeah.
And if you've had a dog and lost a dog, which we all have, you'll probably cry. But now, like you said, you're going to be mad at the movie.
So you think that's going to hurt the movie's success?
Absolutely.
Interesting. We also have Gold opening this weekend, right? This movie stars Matthew McConaughey in the midst of in the 1990s gold scandal. What's this all about?
Well, this is about, it's in the 1990s, but it begins in the 1980s. He plays someone who used to work for his dad's mining company that is pretty much gone under at this point. And he's got like his one last dream. And he thinks he's found gold somewhere around the country, around the planet. And the whole story is about his pursuit of gold, the Wall Street guys that go after him, and everything he does to really fulfill this dream. It's got some surprises for you.
Oh, wow, okay.
Including Matthew McConaughey with 40, 50 pounds more and a bald head. So.
At the end of this, I'm going to ask you which is your favorite, by the way.
Okay.
But if the films based on true stories are not for you, there's also Resident Evil. The final chapter hits theaters this weekend as well. This film is the last in a 15-year franchise based on this computer game, desktop computer game with the same name.
Well, it is, and this is actually the 6th Resident Evil film. 8th if you want to count the animated ones, but this kind of wraps up the whole thing. And there's a reason why Resident Evil is the most successful video to film franchise ever. It's made almost $1 billion, and this film will take it over. Milla Jovovich is great. She kicks butt and she takes no prisoners, and you love her. You can't not love her.
All right, so you got a couple of good movies out this weekend. I want to get your take on this. The 9 films nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture obviously won over critics, but they did not necessarily win over the crowds at the theater. Look at these numbers here. At the box office, they brought in an average of nearly $54 million. If you were to rank the gross totals of all of the films in 2016, that average would come in at number 67. Oscar nominee Moonlight, for example, brought in only $16.1 million. Interesting that these are the award nominees, and yet they're not bringing in the people. Audience favorite Rogue One, a Star Wars story, did not even make the cut at the Academy Awards. Is there a disconnect?
Well, I think there is a disconnect. Part of it is there are at least 3 factors. One, this time of year, these are films really for more adult viewers, people who really don't go to the movies. So they kind of get out and go then, because, things have changed. Movie industry's kind of cannibalized the market, so people who normally wouldn't go to the movies don't have to now, because it's going to be on Netflix in like 2 months.
You just wait for it.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So these are not the kind of movies that you have to go to a movie for. You don't need a crowd experience, whereas Rogue One or Finding Dory, you bring the kids. It's not that kind of thing. So I think part of that is also the people who are in the Academy and voting are kind of, let's just say, the ones who would see these movies, and they don't have to go see them.
There's that as well. All right, so out of all the movies this weekend, which one would you go to?
They're so different. I'd probably say The Prestige would be gold, but if you just want fun, Resident Evil. And if you want to cry, A Dog's Purpose.
I think I have to go see The Dogs. Mike, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mike Sargent joining us there.